also help take the good news of Jesus Christ to 250 million people all over the world through radio and TV. With 50 cents, you could make a couple of phone calls or help millions of lost and lonely people through 700 Club Ministry Centers. You could buy a box of chalk or help train the world's future leaders through CBN University. You can do all this and much more for just 50 cents a day, $15 a month. When you become a member of the 700 Club, you join a mighty army working to change the world through Jesus Christ. And all it takes is 50 cents a day. Call now.
We're back. As we continue on the 700 Club, you know, before we get too much further along, one of the things we want to make sure that you understand that no matter what we're talking about or who we're talking to, we care what happens to you. And if you need to talk to someone about something that's happening in your life, if you need prayer about a specific area, now is the time. Go to your telephone, pick it up, and call that number that's on your screen. And whether or not the number's up or whether or not anybody's even here on the air, someone who cares about you is sitting behind telephones 24 hours a day. So if you write that number down and keep it available, you can call us 24 hours a day, 1-800-446-0700, toll free. We care what happens to you. Now, if the 800 number is busy, there's another number that's also available to you. It's 804-420-0700. So whichever one of those numbers you call, you can call us, and call now because we care what happens to you. You've been hearing us talking about Operation Heads Up and Sing, Spell, Read, and Write for the past 12 months because we've been working to bring literacy into the major cities like New York and Houston, Los Angeles, Chicago, just to name a few. And in just 1 year, we have found that the results of this reading program have been nothing short of phenomenal. Kurt Hanna reports.
It's hard to believe, but it's actually been a year since CBN kicked off its battle against illiteracy. Through a project called Heads Up, a reading program called Sing, Spell, Read, and Write has been making the phenomenal impact in cities across America. The program was created by Sue Dixon and has one big advantage over the current look-say method used by many educational programs. It's fun. Through phonetic games and songs, Sing, Spell, Read, and Write students can achieve incredible literacy success in just 36 lessons. And often, they don't want to leave the classroom. Sing, Spell, Read, and Write's track record for the first year speaks for itself and has a lot of people excited about cutting down to size the horrendous illiteracy problem in America. Los Angeles is where it began. By using a nationally standardized test format, in this case the comprehensive test of basic skills, we can see great improvements in this class's first year. On the average, first grade students after the program are reading at the second grade 1 month level. Second graders are at the fifth grade second month level. In California, Youth with a Mission is working with Cambodian students in the Sing, Spell, Read, and Write program. Houston, Texas, one of the program's original cities, is showing great results in its first year. One class reports the following. A student starting the program at the kindergarten reading level advanced to the second grade level. One at the first grade level with a hearing problem advanced to the fourth grade second month. Another at the first grade level went to the fifth grade 6th month and also went from the first grade to the 9th in spelling skill. The testing format used was the Standard Achievement Test. In Houston, the program is being utilized by the Salvation Army and Teen Challenge, as well as many other groups. In Chicago, another original city, one of the classes had 25 students. All were supposed to be at the first grade 8-month level. Using the standardized Iowa test, they post the following scores. 4 were at the expected reading level. 11 were at the second grade level. 6 at the third grade level. In spelling, 8 were at the third grade and 7 at the fourth grade levels. In Chicago, Heads Up is involved in a gypsy literacy program, a Polish group with English as a second language, and other community groups. New York is another original Sing, Spell, Read, and Write city. The Harlem site posts these scores in their program since January. Their class had 14 students, all age 7. 8 students jumped 2 grade levels. 3 jumped 3, 1 jumped 4 grade levels, 1 5, and 1 jumped from reading at the second grade level to the 9th. 7 grade levels advanced. The standard achievement test was used. The New York program includes a teenage tutorial program and the Police Athletic League. Nationwide, Heads Up is currently in over 12 major cities, with many others in the works. Sing, Spell, Read, and Write is being used by church groups, housing projects, street ministries, prison programs, Indian reservations, and many other groups. The program is endorsed by school boards, mayors, governors, and the Federal Department of Education. To date, there are over 55,000 students involved in Sing, Spell, Read, and Write. Over $590,000 has been given to help stamp out illiteracy in our country through Heads Up. CBN's goal is to train 25,000 teachers to reach 100,000 illiterates by 1987. CBN is willing to do that by giving the materials to community and inner-city groups free of charge. Reporting for the 700 Club, this is Kurt Hanna.
Wow! Ladies and gentlemen, you know, Pat, there's absolutely no reason why illiteracy has to be a plague on our society. We can do something about it.
Ben, the only thing that people have got to recognize very simply is what's called empirical evidence. It just makes sense. The educational system that is working now with no in any way meant to derogate these nice teachers and people out there, the system, the look-say method of reading just flat doesn't work. And there are 27 million functionally illiterates, and we're doing something. Can you imagine moving from the 2nd grade to the 9th grade in a matter of a few months in reading?
And those are not isolated incidents.
No, all over the
It's happening all across the nation.
This is so exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, when we started this, we knew it could happen. We knew the possibility, but what I wanted to do with this thing was to put it in the hands of the churches. We wanted to see God's people have an opportunity to be the head and not the tail, to take the lead. And that's what's happening. You've got Christian volunteers primarily. The churches are involved in it. Doesn't cost much money to do it.
Very little money to do it, because the people, once they see this thing in action, they get so excited about it that they just automatically begin to tell their friends, and their friends get involved in it, and it's just, we're just now beginning the takeoff roll, if you will.
We've got a chart, ladies and gentlemen. This is the projection for the next several years. As you know, there are 27 million functional illiterates, but this is just what CBN is planning to do. In 1986, we will have 100,000 students through this program. By the end of about 1987, it will be 500,000, and then that's going to go to 900,000 by 88. And then when we take it all the way to 1990, at the growth rates we're projecting, we will have 1.7 million students who are reading and writing. Now, the social consequences of that is going to be absolutely enormous. And it doesn't cost the federal government or the state government one single nickel.
And Pat, one of the most exciting things about this is each one of those 1.7 million students that comes out of there can turn right around with no more preparation than just finishing Sing, Spell, Read, and Write, and immediately begin to teach another illiterate person to read. I mean, just like that. It's happening.
Well, it's like a wave. Well, what do you got there?
This, ladies and gentlemen, should be in your hands right now. You've got it, I'm sure. Many of you have it in your hands right now, and if you haven't gotten it yet, it'll be there just in a day or so. Be sure and take it out and read it right away. There's more exciting news in here, and it's how you can get involved in something that I believe can have significant.
By the way, if somebody is interested in this program, it works at home. People have just been teaching their own children, you know, 4- and 5-year-olds. As a matter of fact, a doctor who does some work with our students of their school and our employees said a little child was in there reading. He's about 4 or 5 years old, reading fluently out of a magazine, and was teaching him how he could read if he'd like to learn how to read a little bit better. You know, he just couldn't believe it. But the child was willing to show him how to do it. So if you can teach your doctor how to read better, that's good as well. Here, by the way, is an address. If you're interested for this program yourself, we've been giving it away to churches around the country who are willing to participate, but for individuals it costs a little something, but we'll be glad to make it available to you. CBN, Virginia Beach, Virginia, 23463. Say, I'm interested in Sing, Spell, Read, and Write, or just read. Give me the materials on how I can get some reading skill going in my community. Danuta, what's next?
Well, here to tell us about an approach to dealing with drug addiction that is working where other programs fail, please welcome to the 700 Club from Great Britain.
I need prayer for my wife. She's leaving me.
My life's so empty.